So he's not going to give you the proof of Terry's penis.
Go on, do it then.
Come on, we're waiting. Not the bollocks, you want to do it.
No, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
After English men will not get a deal. Americans do it all the time. We're calling a traffic jam to American, hey, you look at my penis? But no, it's not Englishmen, they won't do it. That's why I'm moving here soon.
I was caught in the moment.
He was peeing where he shouldn't pee.
That's a hell of a moment.
Peeing where he shouldn't pee. And now he's embarrassed himself. Will you show us your bum?
What?
Show us your bum?
Get that Harley Davidson.
It's ridiculous. It's heavy metal pants.
It's Harley Davidson pants from
They're quite all new though.
Buy your pants from Terry.
Oh, Terry, you might have washed up.
No! I've seen you sorry mine as well. I was fucking. I was a pair of Tigger underwear with fucking severe skin. I was like, don't buy that.
We're very upper class.
Cheaper and twice the smell.
Hey, you taught us everything we know here.
You're a real meanie.
Georgia Americans were excellent, you're impeccable manners. Because we wear the right kind of pants and we get our penises out in the right place.
Hey! Hey!
You're British, you know. Hey, Limey! Fuck out! called Living on Dreams. fucking hated seeing mods beating up punk rockers in the 80s. It's called Cowards. I know, that's good. I'm probably tougher than the boys, you know. I've done all this before, so normally when they crack up, I'm strong, and when I crack up, they're strong. So we're just all human beings together really on this. It's not really any cultural or sexual device. Not within my own band anyway. We're just saying what we feel.
But with the other bands, do you feel that you get treated any different because you're a woman?
Well, they do tend to look at my legs more, but apart from that, there's no difference, no. And they tried to steal beer from me, which I'm not having. So it's all, we're all the same. We're all musicians. We're all in together. So seriously, there isn't. It's no big deal.
Because I know, like a lot of times, I know it's a lot harder being a woman in a band. A lot of times, as far as like being taken seriously. Do you find that you have any problems with that?
If someone wants to not take me seriously, I think they're going to be in trouble. Because I've done 15 years hard slog on the road, and really, unless someone can match me with 15 years hard slog, playing in shitholes in England with your own PA and setting it up yourself and doing 1.5 hour shows every night to earn your living, I think we better get out of here, you know what I mean? They're not going to win the argument.
Do you get any, like, with the audience, do you feel that you get treated, well, obviously you dress more sexually on stage, but do you feel
I don't dress any more sexually than the boys, actually. The boys are wearing vests and showing their petrals off and stuff. It's just, I mean, I recognise that as sexual dress, and I mean, I love vests on, and I think, lovely. But I don't actually get treated different.
But women aren't going to, like, act the same way to guys on stage that guys...
We get little girls very into us, which is cool.
Especially ones like me.
What? Keep doing that. We get little girls very into us, which is very heartening.
Have they come to you and say that you've inspired them? Like, as far as
I've
being
inspired them to drink a hell of a lot of beer. No, they actually have come to me. I've inspired them to do what? I don't know, but they have said that, and I'm very, very honoured by that, because we've just been sat in the darkness in England, suffering, trying to play our music, and to come over here and have this reaction has been really, like, overwhelming. And I'm glad it's happened now, like, when we're older and we've done all the hard work, because you lose your arrogance when you do years and years where your arrogance just goes, and you know, no amount of successful fame will make you arrogant. That's all I can say. I could be as famous as Madonna tomorrow, and I won't be arrogant. I've been through too much, and I've seen too much. So it's nice it's happened now. It's actually it gives you more humility that people like you feel you have more responsibility towards them, and you need to behave better. I know we're all acting drunk and all that, but I don't actually drink very much. I don't take drugs anymore, and I eat lots of healthy vegetarian food when I've got the money for it. So I try to be a good example to people. There's too many people sticking shit up their noses, and kids out there with no money go and do the same. And then when they're hooked or they're ill, they've got no help. So I'm not into that. For me, the most important thing is to do a good show. The ultimate high for me is rock and roll, always has been. That's what I'm here to do.
So we do, every issue we do something about women in hardcore or punk, and you know how to sort of help women to feel a little more like empowered by the fact that there are other women in the business. Do you find that, especially when you were first starting out, that you weren't taken as seriously or treated more, like, in other words, if you're on stage, they don't treat you as musician first, it's a woman first, musician second, as opposed to your guy.
No, they leered over me, but I was like 14 years old and I was dressed up like a 20-year-old woman, so I can see why. It was my own fault. I was too young to know any better. It was like, you know, 80s and all that. It was still very much, you had to be sexy to get on. I must say to all girls out there, actually when you look at your ropiest, you look your worst, and you're most drunk, you get more guys after you anyway. So all this pristine, clean, cute, girly stuff, it doesn't really wash with men. Men aren't that stupid, you know. They pretend to like that kind of thing. I don't actually think they do. I think they like people with strong characters, just like women. You know, they always say this, that women go after guys that are bastards because they like strong characters, and I think that's the same. But I think people take me seriously now. I think it would be a big mistake not to. After all these years, because you don't, you know, there's no way you do this for glamour or money, because there isn't any. If you didn't take it seriously yourself, you wouldn't do it. So any girls out there, if you're feeling inspired to do it, do it. It's a very, very hard road. And if it was my sister or a friend of mine, I'd say don't do it. To be totally honest, I have to say that the pain of doing this has been, most of the time, far outweighs any joy. And I know it sounds down, but it is. I don't know if because I'm a woman, it's just the circumstances I am in at the moment, it actually is generally nastier than it is nice.
You don't think it's any harder being a woman in a band than if you were a guy in a band?
It can be harder in some ways if you're involved with any kind of rock music, from metal through to hardcore. It's harder. If you're involved in pop, you might have it even a little bit easier because a lot of people like cute little pop singing girls with weak voices who do as they're told. But if you're in this, then probably yes, it is harder. But hey, we're built to be strong. We're women. You know, we are. At the end of the day, our mothers gave birth to us in pain. And, do you know what I mean? I think we are naturally strong sex. So it's no big deal.
Well, that's true. He always tells me that I have more balls than most men.
Well, I've been told that by boyfriends, so I think it's a question, not that you want to, but you have to. It's a shame though, because we're missing a lot of feminine qualities in the world. I think a lot of men are saying this, they want more compassion and tenderness and gentleness, which are called feminine. I think they're actually male and female. I think we're both. We come from a woman and a man, so you've got our mummies and our daddies' genes in us and their influences. I think we're both. I think these strict things to separate the sexes are ridiculous. I don't think to separate the races are ridiculous. I don't think to separate the species are ridiculous, but you're probably going to have to wait 100 years for most people to get that one. I think cruelty to animals is outrageous. They're sentient beings like we are. Just because they don't speak the same language or they can't speak a language doesn't give you a right to hurt them. So I dealt with that when I was about 8 years old and went above that. There's only very few people can actually get themselves their heads around.
You know, a lot of girls that are involved in the music industry feel that they have to kind of hide their sexuality in order to be taken seriously, but I notice you don't. Do you think that makes a difference? Or do you feel...
to be fair, when you're on stage, I feel I am a singing machine, and my sexuality is not a male or female, it's just aggression. To be honest, punk rock is not a sexy kind of music. I've done like bars and stuff, doing more like heavy metal type stuff. That is sexual. It's actually sexual to the point of ridiculousness, where it's all about singing about your cock if you're a man, and it's quite fun doing it if you're a girl, because you're singing about your fanny. So in a way, that's almost punk rock in itself, because you're reversing it, and that is sexual. This isn't really sexual. This is more like you just feel powerful up there. You can do your show. People pay to see you. You always give it 100%. Which is why I get pissed off when I don't sleep. I want to sleep so I can sing 100% what I'm capable of. Which, you know, that's what we're all here for. People, they want a good night out, we owe them that.
A lot of the girls sort of felt that if they disguised, their femininity, they'd be treated as one of the boys.
I've heard other women, like Christy Hines says, never act like one of the boys. They like you because you're not one of the boys. You have to be one of the boys on the road because you're just dealing with bad situations where, it's very hard to get anyone to stay, you're not eating very much. It's worse for me because you have these like periods while doing, 2,000 mile drive, and it's not a lot of fun, especially if you're quite fastidious, it's not a lot of fun. But, guys are generally okay. Most of these guys they've got sisters and girlfriends and wives and moms. We're all together. I think if it was all girls, we'd take care of the boys and vice versa. So I don't feel it's that much. I don't think you ever really discuss sexuality. I think if you're going to be pathetic and girly and weak, you're going to have problems. But that's not. I don't think that's a feminine attribute. I think that's just a cowardly way to behave. And some men behave that way. I don't think that's feminine. I don't think a girl's being limp-wristed little things that can't do anything for themselves. I think women generally are strong. They have to be. Thank you. First respect, man gives me
Is there any advice you would give to other girls starting out in bands?
Starting out in bands? Just kind of be true to yourself and don't be afraid of the boys. A lot of these boys say they're actually not being sexist, they're just with their bodies and they're showing off. And girls are just as bad when they're all together. I know a lot of all-girl bands and they're really rude like men, but they don't mean it, so don't take it too seriously. It's very hard, especially when you're like 16 or 17. You will find it hard, but if you keep going and you find your voice or your guitar playing or your drumming or bass playing ability, you just believe in that. And at the end of the day, you're a musician first and foremost. Your sex, your age, your gender, your race, all that, your class you come from, it's all kind of irrelevant. Up to whatever you've been blessed with by nature and make the most of it.
Alright, thanks.
Okay, that wasn't too much waffling.
Question myself.
Alright.
What did you find easier? Like, is Ice Rod or like the bombshells? And what kind of reaction do you have from each?
Bombshells to me was actually probably technically a lot harder to sing, but I loved it because it stretched my voice. By the time I was 20, I had a big fuck off voice and I wanted to use it. I really wanted to use it. So that was great. And when I first thought about doing Ice, I thought no, because it's so vocally unchallenging. I thought no way. And then I tried it and I sang it as I would with the Bombshells, and it became very vocally challenging because to sing at that power, at that speed, is like it's a pretty tough thing to do. So now I love doing it. It's great.
Right. Well, the only other thing I wanted to get into briefly, because I know you guys discussed it before. Now, she brought up the whole thing of sexuality and stuff like that. Now, I know in terms of in guys in punk and guys in metal, since the Bombshells were more metal, which did you find the worst?
The worst.
Worst type of marriage.
This is gonna make you really short. Actually, I think the punks are the worst. In England, we actually heard there were punk audiences who would not come and see us because it was fronted by a girl. And in metal, we never had that. They're awful tarts. And they spend all day putting the makeup on and tossing their hair. But they're actually quite respectful in many ways. This is just in England, mind. I don't know what's like in the States. In England, I think metal guys are actually more respectful than punk guys, which is actually deeply disturbing.
I would have figured it was the reverse, because I always remember the whole thing.
I would have thought that too. I would have thought that too, but they actually were worse. And you could put metal guys down a lot easier. I mean, I've had a stag party leave a bar. They came in and started lipping. I'd had a few beers, and I was so lippy, 10 of them just left. It was that bad. That good. So if you know what you say, you can... There's sexism there. It's like shit. When you're up there, you don't think I'm a girl or I'm a boy. You just... I'm singing.
No, I know you don't, but sometimes the audience does,
No, I think we had a lot of girls at the front tonight that were very into what we were doing, which is very, very gratifying, because I never thought we'd get that. I kept thinking, oh God, I always feel like I'm on my own.
I think you get that more in punk than in hardcore. I think it's a lot harder in hardcore.
It's good to see them. They're like, so there's very cute punk girls. They're all really young and they've got the hair up. And wow,
It's a bit more accessible now, probably.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a few years ago, if you walk around looking like that, you get beaten up. So it's good they can do that. In a way, it's bad because it's become more mainstream. On the other hand, it makes it more accessible to everybody. And in England, all you've got if you're a teenager is techno knows this. You've got that all day. That's what you hear on the radio. You've got no rock and roll at all. So I'd rather be here with fashionable punk rock than in England with fashionable techno and no punk rock.